Welcome back to the channel, guys. A busy day this afternoon, trying to get lots done since I'm free today. I have this row right here that I designated to plant cassava, the next round of cassava, and it has to be done today. So I'm not going to do much talking today, guys. When I get to the point after clearing this row, when I get to the point of the technique of planting cassava, I'm new to this, really. I know of two different ways persons put the stems in the ground, and we're going to do an experiment together to see which way is really the better way, or if it matters at all. So you guys just going to watch me for a bit. It's going to be probably an hour for me, a few seconds for you, watching me clear this area, and I'll pick you guys when I'm finished to take you guys through planting the stems for the cassava. Alright, so I don't know which one would be the most effective. This one to me sounds like this is going to take a lot of muscle. And this one is going to take some muscle, but I could more use my weight and just flip the soil over. Cassava doesn't need very much or any special conditions really with the soil. It's quite a forgiving plant. It could grow in acidic soil. Here in Trinidad, our soil is mostly acidic, and cassava is forgiving. So you don't really have to give cassava any special conditions. In the backyard garden, you don't have to give it special treatment in order to get tubers from your cassava. So I think I'm going to go with the fork, because it's going to be less strenuous, I think. I hope. Let me get into it, guys. Time's going. I finally did it an hour and a half later, and it's all ready for me to plant cassava. So I have some cassava here at the base here. I'm going to use, I have no more arm muscles left, so I'm going to use a trusty sawzall to cut the branches. I think I will cut them about 2 to 3 feet in length. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Wow, gardening. By the time I finish do this gardening, I should be slim and trim. Woo, it's a workout. Okay, so I'm just a little bit closer. So, okay, guys, just a few seconds of education here. Now, these are the pieces I got from at home, the garden at home, and these are what I have down here. The plants didn't get very big, but the cassava is delicious. I found that the one at home was more fibrous, and this one was more mellow, more buttery. It was smooth. So I like both. They both gave me cassava, and this one grew a tree that was tall, whereas this one remained a short shrub. I really don't know the different varieties of cassava, but this one didn't get very tall at all, but it still had huge roots on it. This one had huge roots on it as well, so just that one was taller than the other. So what I do remember is my dad teaching me that, I was a little girl at the time, I really didn't pay much attention to it. What he was saying is that the more nodules you have on your stick that you're planting, that's more area to grow roots. And he said the tighter it is, the closer the nodules, the more roots you get. Whereas the further it is, you still get, but not as many. So I'm going to plant it still, because that's all the material I have to plant. Something is better than nothing. So, what is this on my... It looks like some kind of scale. Is that scale? Anyway, right, so just a bit of education. So there are two ways that I am going to try planting. I'm not going to plant this one. This one looks like it has scale on it. Make sure that one side. Right, so I'm thinking of planting some like this at an angle in the soil, as well as planting some flat. Now my dad said the more you get, when you plant it flat, you get more roots. I just want to experiment for myself and see which one really is better, so you guys will come along with me in my experiment. So I'm gonna plant some slanted like this, and I'm gonna plant some horizontal like this in the soil. Okay guys, so I am going to start planting, going up in a horizontal fashion, just like this. So like I mentioned before, cassava doesn't really need any special treatment. So I'm gonna rest this stick in the soil, horizontal like that, and just cover it up. And that's that. And I'll do that all the way down. So again, in this angle, just breaking up the little clumps of soil. And after doing that, I take my stick and rest it flat like this, and I cover it over. No rocket science to this, guys. All you gotta do is plant it. When these guys are emerging, I'll show you guys. And that's it. Just like that, and it would grow on its own. So I gotta get the rest of these done all the way up, because it's getting later and we're beginning to lose light. I did it. I planted out the cassava. So this cassava should be ready in 8 to 12 months. Cassava is a root crop, a staple. Yeah, so guys, it's that simple. It's just the rest to stick in the soil, cover it a little with soil, maintain the moisture. Because of the rainy season, I'm not worried about that. Pretty sure that these will get rained on a lot, and yeah, they will sprout, and that's it. You just sit back and you watch them grow. So I have 2 more cassava plants to harvest. We harvested all the cassava on the other side because it's time, and I'm too tired. I wanted to actually plow that area and plant corn today, but that's not realistic. I have no more energy left. So what I'll do is finish harvest those and put some watermelon seeds that I have. I love watermelon, so I'm going to put some watermelon seeds in some mounds so that the watermelon could grow, and hopefully we could get watermelon in this area. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Take care. That's it for today, guys. Planting cassava and cleaning up. Bye. See you next week.